Greetings from Law Prep. I hope CLAT aspirants are ready for the CLAT paper, the final rehearsal, which is just here, neck to neck, round the corner. And so we are giving you the last minute preparation passages so that we are there with you always. This is a wonderful passage here because the passage can have a question on literary device, it could have a question on synonyms and antonyms, it could have a question directly on the verbs or prepositions, it could have on the parts of speech, it could be a direct question on any word, idiom, line, meaning. So you are prepared for all fronts, from simple to complex to compound, simple, complex, compound, easy, difficult, and various types. These passages will be step by step making you reach towards your goal. Right? The passage for today. The United States of America just about managed to retrieve itself from the brink. It's what it's trying to do. Brink is the topmost position. So it's trying to retrieve it, move back from its brink. Joe Biden, 232 win the US Congress against the outgoing Donald Trump team. May have come as a huge sigh of relief for the kind of global polity. For global polity, this is a relief, means relaxation. Not just in Washington DC, which is almost unimaginably still under curfew, democratic minded people across the world are invested in this. It sets the scenario, it sets the stage for the people, for US and the economy. Moving further. A siege of the famed Capitol Hill of the world's oldest democracy is rather unprecedented. Unprecedented means which has not happened before, and is not praised before. And shocking level of mayhem, which does get described by the toll of 4 dead and a few more injured. That we live in unusual times, what with the pandemic need not be restarted. But the unsetting effect on the developed world is not something we have seen before. We have not seen such kind of things before earlier here. Just how much a virus has unspooled the established world order, totally, completely destroyed the world order as obtained from the last century, is a revelation that must be read with the scenes of those mobs. A semblance, means the effect of it, of order was restored and the Biden victory decisively certified. A relatively sobered Trump thereafter conceded defeat and agreed to an orderly transition on January 20, when Biden will formally take over as Portus, right? They're going to do a takeover. Can you see that? Right. Orderly transition, and they're going to do a takeover. It came with trademark Trumpisms, though, on how facts bore out the reasons why he disagreed with the outcome of the elections, or him calling the writers as very special, the fact that they were ones who were still mesmerized. Mesmerized means completely lost by the Trumpism. These were the same people who were lost by the Trump things. Still willing to believe that his first term was the greatest in the US history, that politics clearly lives. The speculation now is whether we would run again in 2024. Whether Biden and Kamala Harris can bring America and its foreign policy out of the chaos. What is chaos? From the confusion, right? From this confusion, can they take us out of the Trump era? Means all the confusion created in the Trump era, can they take them out of these problems? But for the world and for democracy itself, today's events in America are a lesson and an illustration of what a combination of demagogue. Dem is people, and agog is leader. This is where the roots work. You ask me, ma'am, direct question is not asked. That is why I asked you to watch vocabulary videos. Leader of the people, and ignorance can do even a mighty nation. And that what we need to come out of this is again simply a belief in democracy. We need to have what? A belief in democracy. See, this is taken from the Indian Express talking about the condition of US. Moving to the questions directly. What is the phrase what does the phrase retrieve itself from the brink mean? Retrieve itself from the brink. Brink is the boundary. Retrieve itself from the brink. See the idioms wonderfully. The bury the hatchet means forget what has happened. Let bygones be bygones. To be on enemy lines means fronting the enemy. To give a hard time. To have a close shave. To have a close shave means narrow escape. So that's what we are talking of here. It's a close shave, it's a narrow escape. You were just about to face it and you just escape from that, and that is a close shave. Then sometimes situations in life where you face a problem, you're about to face it and you just escape by the skin of the teeth. Please note the other idiom for this. Right, wonderfully done. This is retrieve itself from the brink. You're about to fall down and you just escape from it. Please note it. I get a side for you so that you can note it very clearly. You can even take a screenshot for that. Let's move to the second question. Why are democratic minded people across the world invested in the curfew in DS? Why are they more invested in the curfew? Now see, why are they so much affected by this curfew? It has an unsettling effect on the developing world. No, it has a subtle effect. It doesn't talk about this. America is the world's oldest democracy, right? But because of that it can't be. The events in the DS are grave and shocking to everyone. True. It is an illustration of what ignorance does to a powerful democratic country. A nation which is left unchecked could be replicated in other democracies as well. If suppose this democracy, America, can be affected, what would happen to the other democracies of the world? This is the question the writer is trying to put up. He is trying to put up an example which US offers to the other nations, that there could be this condition if left unchecked. So what could be the condition of the other nations of the world? Right? So we choose the answer, that is D, Delhi. Next question, the third question. This is such a wonderful question, but just exactly direct from the root. Them is people and Agog is leader. So leader of the people in the third question is making them, leaders have a habit of inciting and provoking. Of course, don't go for this answer. Careless students choose this. This is rule of people. Of the people, by the people, and for the people. Rabble rousing is rousing the public. Spreading bad information or appeal. Rousing the public is done by leaders. What do? They incite, they provoke, right? Add fuel to fire. And this is democracy. Please note your answer. Don't be a careless lawyer, be a careful lawyer. Next question, the fourth one. What does the siege at the Capitol Hill have an unsettling effect on the developed world? Siege, that is capture of the Capitol Hill, have an unsettling effect. It would have a bad effect on the developed nation. It has unspooled world order. It has aggravated the effect of the pandemic. It has given a free hand to Trump supporters. How can it be? Trump supporters are not even given any hand, so free hand would be wrong. It has aggravated the effect. Of course, this is right, but unsettling effect of the developed world is because it has led to dilation of faith. Faith is getting diluted, destroyed in free and fair elections in a democracy. People are losing faith in democracy. This is faith is getting diluted. That is the answer for the fourth question. Question number 5. Here we go. What does the author refer to by the phrase trademark trumps him. Trademark, that means this is given a mark of Trump, being Trump's. Trump's continuous blabber on his social media accounts, Trump's attempt to undermine Joe Biden's victory, Trump's statement justifying his defeat and that he did not win due to some conspiracy against him, and engagement in violence and protest despite a certain certified victim for Biden. First thing is we cross this because he's not been a victim of Biden. He's a victim of his own policies. Now, if you go for Trump's blabber, of course, this is going on. He's trying to undermine it and he's trying to justify it. But if you go for trademark, this means this is happening with Trump every time. He's trying to justify his defeat and he's saying that somebody doing conspiracy against, when you are not able to win and you put the blame on somebody else, and that is what Trump is doing. He's saying that I was right, I was true, my defeat was wrong, and it is a conspiracy against me. Somebody's conniving or conning against me. How can that be possible, right? A question on democracy. Moving to our last question from this passage. What does Trump call the writers at Capitol Hill very special? Why do we call him very, very special? Now here, these people been supported him even if he defeated. Naturally they are very special for him. Trump is centered by the support. He's not strengthened, of course. He's been defeated, so how can he be strengthened by this support? So this word doesn't fit in, otherwise the sentence is right. Is known to favor violence. We have no inference which can be drawn from the passage which says that there was some violence. Trump is known to have soft corner for his supporters, or even if you have soft corners, to some extent it is right, but why are these writers who are revolting, protesting in favor of Trump against Biden very special? Because these are the people who are with him in this difficult time, right? So despite his defeat, they are there with him, they are supporting him. A person who stands by you through thick and thin, through difficult times, they are really very special for you, right? So I hope you have understood the passage thoroughly. Thumbs up for the content we are looking forward to, and please do like and subscribe the channel. This is all from Law Prep Family today. Thank you, students.